Hello everyone, it's Brian with Spiritual Kings. Thank you once again for visiting my channel. I would like to continue a conversation right now about narcissism. Right now I talk about going to an event where you know narcissists in your life are there. In particular, like family events or events that you are obligated to go to, like a wedding, a christening, a family party, some type of social function, or some type of event where you know the narcissists are there. You know, there's a lot going on when you are in a place where you know the narcissist exists, whether it's a sibling, an ex, whoever that person might be at that event. You know that they're there, and what they're doing is they're subtly controlling other people with their narcissistic ways and patterns. And the thing of it is, a lot of people don't know that person who is a narcissist, they don't realize that person is a narcissist, so they don't really understand the manipulation that's happening. A narcissist in many cases will have abused you in a previous time, whether it be for an extended period of time. They abused you in a relationship or whatever that might have been, and you know who they are. You know who the narcissists are. You know what they're about. You know they're sick, you know they're twisted, you know they're hurtful, you know they're mean-spirited, you know they don't really, they're not sorry, you know what they're all about. But yet, you have separated yourself from them, which is great. So give yourself some credit for separating yourself from the narcissist. But unfortunately, even though you've done the great work to separate them and you're healing and you're feeling better and stronger, there's still people that you know mutually that the narcissist knows, and that's really tough. Usually it's other family members or friends or loved ones, co-workers, whatever that might be, and it's very, very tough because the narcissist is manipulative and is already grooming so many other people in their life, and therefore when you show up, you sense the undertone, you sense the undercurrent, you sense the animosity, you sense the trepidation, you know how damaging these people are. But yet the people at that event, so to speak, don't understand the narcissist. So you have to be very, very, very cautious, and they will circumnavigate the minds of other people at that event, and they will basically try to get at you in indirect ways through one of the ways they do it is through like dog whistle. A dog whistle, as you know, is like a whistle that you blow and that has a high-pitched noise that's so high that only the dog can hear it and humans can't hear it. That's an analogy in narcissism used when a narcissist is at a family event, for instance, and they're making little subtle remarks that they know are hurting you because it's things that they know about you previously. It's something they know about you, a vulnerability, an insecurity you might have, or something like that. But they're talking to other people, but they're making this little remark knowing that you're listening. So that's what they're doing. They're letting out these little dog whistle remarks so you can hear it. That's one way they're hurting you. And then, of course, one of the other things there is other people who don't know who the narcissist is, they see you respond and they'll be like, oh, well, why is that person so sensitive? Why is that person so reactive? It didn't even mean anything, when in fact it actually did mean something. That the comments that the dog whistle comments that narcissist was putting out actually carried a lot of meaning. It could have been a deep cut. It could have been something where you've had previous hurt, pain, trauma, violation, whatever that might be. So that's another thing. It's going to affect your relationship with other people, and it'll deter you from forming a better relationship with those people who don't know who the real narcissist is. So this is a very, very tricky situation if you are at an event where there is a narcissist who you know clearly is a narcissist and you have that previous history with. I deal with this kind of stuff all the time. My advice to people is, for one, be very, 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 very cautious when you go to any type of event with a narcissist. Ask yourself right off the bat, do I absolutely have to be at this event? If it's a child's second birthday or something simple like an anniversary, things like that aren't that critical. Of course, you want to be there for all the monumental moments of someone's life, but when you know the narcissist is there and it's hurting you, that's going to set you back and cause you pain. So you have to be very, very, very cautious. What I would tell you is that write down in your mind like a list, like, do I absolutely have to be at this? If it is a party or something like that, who's to say you couldn't just visit that person on a one-on-one basis? I have narcissists in my life, and I get invited to parties, and I know what they're going to be up to. So rather than go to the party and give them that kind of forum to abuse me, what I do is just go to that individual's home for that party, or for that individual who's having the party, and I'll just give them a gift and have a nice, sincere, say, hey, maybe I'll take them out to lunch, dinner, or just hang out in their backyard or something like that. Say, hey, for different reasons, you don't even have to always tell them, say, for different reasons, I cannot make the party tomorrow, I have a previous obligation. And then you could say, but here's the gift I have for you. I want to tell you how much I love you and care for you, and I want to just celebrate in this time with you. So that's one way around it. Now, obviously, there are some events that are very, very difficult, like a wedding or a christening, that are really hard to avoid. I actually have gone as far as avoided major events because I'm so far into this, but there are naturally some events that I have to go to. One thing you can do is just be extremely cautious and be extremely prepared. Of course, pray majorly to God before you go to that party. Be prayed up, ask for the Lord's protection. Maybe read Psalm 91, which talks about the Lord's protection. Pray up before you go that God would protect you from these demons, these narcissist personalities that are out there. You can pray for protection. You can have fail safes. Have protective cautions and measures in place. You could just maybe talk to other people that aren't affiliated with the narcissist. Keep obviously a safe distance. Obviously avoid the narcissist, and you can also just let another person or two know what you're feeling and what you're experiencing, and hopefully you have a little bit of support. Maybe that person won't fully understand what that narcissist abuse is, but you can at least get some type of conversation going so you know that at least one or two people are there, kind of know what you're going through. And if God forbid something happens, you can kind of walk out or just have a conversation on the side. Also, just avoid any dialogue that's even around the narcissist. Don't even be around them. Don't even talk to people or talking to them. I know it's unfortunate it has to be that way, but this is the aura they create. This is the aura of abuse and sickness that these people create. So you just have to be so cautious about not being around any type of conversation that the narcissist is there having. I have a friend of mine who has a narcissist in his life, and this person did some pretty serious abuse to him years and years ago, and this person unfortunately is still part of his family because he's married into the family, which is almost impossible to get around, and he avoids them at all costs and avoids major events. But occasionally he has to have a major event, like for instance Christmas. So this last Christmas the narcissist showed up. My good friend took years. He had to tell his family about this particular narcissist, some of the abuse that went on, and they finally the tides turned for him, and the family eventually took his side. So what they did at this family party is they told this particular person to not be there for a particular time, and they had this agreement, and then they had the party, and there was a time where that narcissist actually was told to leave the home for an hour while those people visited. So that's one way you can do it. That's a major measure, but sometimes you have to do it. So if you are being abused by a narcissist, you need support. You need a handful of people in your life who know what you're going through. You really do. This is a serious topic, and you need love and you need support, because if you're just handling this all on your own, the narcissist is going to come at you harder and harder. They're going to see your vulnerabilities. They're going to see your trepidation. They're going to see the fear in your eyes. You need love and you need support. That's why I'm putting out this channel, and that's why I'm encouraging other people to follow other narcissist channels, because you need education and you need to have a firm grip on what this war is, because the narcissist is casting a war against you. Believe me, they are. So just be cautious in going to a major event where there's narcissists. You just have to ask yourself, do I even have to be there? If this is an event that is necessary, can I meet this person more of a private? Can I take them off for a private dinner or have a private meeting to get that event out of the way and celebrate an event without having to be there with a narcissist? That's another major thing you could do. Be prayed up. I would encourage you to read Psalm 91, which is a prayer of protection. And then also just have some fail safes. Make sure you know the exit strategy. Talk to only people who love you and know you, what you're going through, or at least have some kind of idea that abuser is there. And just avoid that person at all costs. And if that person does approach you, just gray rock them. And what is gray rock? Gray rock is basically a subtle way of dismissing the person without them knowing. How are you doing? Here's an example of gray rock. How are you doing? Okay. How's everything going for you? Fine. How's business? Good. Seeing anyone? No. You just give them subtle answers that just answer, but don't engage them. Don't tell them anything about your personal matters, anything about your money, your financial, your dating life, your personal life. Tell them nothing. Just, that's what the gray rock is. It's like, picture the color gray. It's not black or white. And what is a rock? It's just a still, soundless object. It's just, how's things going? Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Don't tell them anything. Don't tell them about your highs, your lows. So if that narcissist does approach you, just gray rock everything. Give them nothing. Give them nothing. Don't tell them about any issues you're dealing with, anything good or anything positive, anyone has entered your life. Everything's just fine. Everything's just fine. Like, just answer like a child. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. So that's one thing you can do if that narcissist were to approach you in this type of event. Other than that, just be cautious, be guarded, get into that event, celebrate with the people who are good, and get the most out of that event you can, and then leave as soon as you think you feel it's right, and avoid that narcissist and give them nothing to feed on. So that's just my advice when you're going to a place where there is a narcissist. And once again, continue to grow. Build yourself up, get support, get love, and build up that network, and start talking to people about how these abusers are in your life. And just, even if you get 1 or 2 or 3, 4 people in your life that will have this dialogue with you, they may not understand everything, but they're going to understand a little bit, and they're going to understand your pain. Maybe after you leave an event, they'll pick up a phone call and you can talk to them about how you're feeling. Just get them outlets, because the last thing you want to do is hold it up. You don't want to be pent up with this pain, this animosity, this anger, the way that this narcissist made you feel at this particular event. So those are just some points. And of course, continue to educate yourself, continue to pray and ask Jesus Christ to protect you in everything you're doing in your life. So that's my message for today. I just want to put this out there. So thank you all very much. I appreciate you following my channel. If you care, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone that you would like. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all very much, and God bless.